According to Frank Herbert, the beginning of knowledge is the discovery of something we do not understand. With just this statement, we would have an idea that everything starts with discovery, right? Because we strive to know and discover before we gain knowledge. Today, my team and I will talk about the importance of the knowledge, specifically of atoms, ions, and molecules, and how they change the environment. The youth, or you who is watching, may neglect science as a subject, just like now. As we study more about science, acceleration, motion, force, elements, periodic tables, molar masses, and everything like that. As some argue that science doesn't have anything to do with their chosen career. But it does. And this discussion will prove how the discoveries of science are very important in our lives today.
Atoms, molecules, and ions. These are three of the most fascinating topics of chemistry. So how are these atoms, ions, and molecules discovered? And what impacts did they do to our lives? Democritus was a Greek philosopher who proposed that everything was made up of tiny indivisible pieces called atoms, which are derived from the Greek word atomos, which means indivisible. John Dalton then provided the first modern evidence for the existence of atoms. Amadeo Avogadro first proposed the idea of molecules in 1811, and many chemists adopted it on the basis of Dalton's law of definite and multiple proportions. Lastly, around 1830, Michael Faraday proposed the idea of ions to explain electrically charged atoms, or a group of atoms that move in the direction of an anode, which is a positively charged electrode, or cathode, which is a negatively charged electrode.
As you might not have noticed, the discovery of atoms, ions, and molecules greatly affects your understanding in our day-to-day life. As atoms are the building blocks of ordinary matter, molecules which form most of the objects around us, and ions which provide the body's need for nutrients. From the discovery of atoms, ions, and molecules, it benefits the society as it makes it possible for us to develop a medicine that can fight diseases and cure viruses, since those three plays a significant role in our understanding of chemistry and medicine.
Without atoms, there would not be a functioning society or even a functioning world. Some of the atoms' benefits in our society is the air that we breathe in. Atoms provide oxygen, and without this, we may not be able to live. Carbon dioxide atoms make a photosynthesis that the plants take in to produce oxygen. Water is also a property of atom that is important in our life. Copper, aluminum, and nickel atoms all make up metals, which is an important element in our society that helps us build structures and materials.
Now, how does ions benefit our society? It benefits through its function of decreasing airborne transmissions or contaminants, such as bacteria, viruses, and allergens such as pollen. It also improves the air quality, which makes the air cleaner and fresher when negative ions are produced.
Lastly, molecules that make up all food, including carbs, vitamins, lipids, and proteins that are safe and desirable. Carbons are the most important molecule that contributes to our society as it performs functions such as taking up DNA and RNA that helps in the medical field by defining each gene's characteristics in life, such as growth and replications. Molecules lead to the center of our existence, that it leads to our investigation of the human body, earth, food, materials, and energy. All of these are essential in understanding the origin of life and knowing how they can contribute to our functioning society.
To simplify the three concepts, atoms are a building block of matter, molecules refers to two or more atoms that are bonded together, and ions are a charged atom of a molecule. The concept of atoms and molecules are closely related to one another. When atoms are bonded together, they form molecules, which in turn to the things or objects that we see around us. As for ions, they play an essential role in human body. Most commonly, ion provides the human body's need for nutrients. Atoms, ions, and molecules have prominent role in our understanding of the things that we encounter in our daily life.
The discovery of the atoms, molecules, and ions is a tedious process. Without the discovery of atoms, most of our modern way of living and today's technology would be non-existent. Without atoms, we would not be able to discover the molecules and ions. Without this discovery, we would probably live lives similar to those during the 19th century. This just proves that the discovery of the atoms, molecules, and ions is an important event in our lives, especially for scientists since it opened the door to scientific breakthroughs in areas from modern chemistry to nuclear energy.
Upon viewing everything or upon listening to every thought that my members have, we really see that every discovery is very important in the existence of the world that we know of today. Possibly without them, we can't understand why is this something, why is this doing things, something like that. Why is this the processes, why are these here? It's really important that we gain or we know or we have the knowledge about these, the atoms, the molecules, and the ions. Thus, we should know this, right? We all should know this. Because mistakes are a very or necessary part of the learning process. Discovery research allows scientists the chance to take the risks necessary to confront the uncharted. The information that scientists provide directs future research efforts towards discovering treatments for illnesses and applications that improve quality of life. Through these discoveries, we would have more technological advancements that made our life easier, that made our life much better. Thus, see you next week for another topic. Bye!